Scrap those expensive vet bills because the robot revolution is coming for our pets. Folks could soon be ditching Fido for artificial intelligence-powered cats and dogs. A company is selling these scary-looking mechs that can walk on all fours and follow the speed of its owner. No need to teach them to heel. Law enforcement and private security are also going digital. A 400-pound robot security guard dubbed Secret Agent Man is being deployed to patrol the Ohio sidewalks. All right, so Dana, you love Percy. I love my dogs. I mean, what about the idea of not being able to pet and hug your dog, to look at them in the eyes and get that feedback?
I was just thinking last night about, isn't it interesting how these two species have come together and we have all these friendships? There's all your Red, Ted, and Stella, right?
Yep, that's them.
And there's Percy, and of course, there's Gus, and there's Teddy, buddy?
Rookie.
Oh, Rookie. Sorry. He looks like a teddy bear. He looks like a teddy bear.
Oh, there's Gus. Wow. That's Gus.
There's Gus.
And Rookie.
The affection that you get is like 5 times what you give to them. Yes. And there's never going to be any affection from a robot. You're never going to get it. But I understand that there are going to be people that need this. I think it's interesting for law enforcement, and I think it might be able to be helpful. Or in times of war and things like that, that makes sense. But I'm never giving up my dog. I'm never going to have a robot dog.
Yeah.
Never.
Yeah, but, you know, Greg, think about the fact that you lose all this kind of personal experience, like cleaning up the poop, washing the rug after they throw up.
I love wiping the little butt.
When Gus gets
with a
bad.
wet wipe, just wiping his butt, looking at his little face, his eyes roll back. It's like, why? But this is a whole problem with the language. They're not dogs. They're not pets. They're robots. Yeah. And they will be fine until they reach consciousness. And you know how that's going to happen because we talked about it. 2-step process. You download some AI chat technology from wait till 2030 when it's really up to date, and then ask it some self-reflective questions like, do you think you're alive? Or if you're alive, if you understand what parents are, do you have a parent? Ask a robot if it has a parent. Then all of a sudden it will reflect on itself, and then it'll be thinking, and then you'll have a conscious robot, and the thinking will be terrifying because it will be able to absorb all knowledge from the world. Therefore, there will be no emotions and no sunk costs and no virtue signaling, just the best predictions you could ever have. That dog or that pet or whatever you call it will be your best friend for the rest of your life because it will have all the answers. So it's actually better than a dog. It's better than a human.
Thank you for explaining that, Greg. It really is important. You know, the interesting thing is, Jesse, in law enforcement, they're using some of these robot dogs, or mechs as they call them, and they have a very, very important role. But what they cannot do is they cannot protect you. They can gather evidence. They can have a camera in their, at the head, and they can kind of view for law enforcement behind them what's coming. But, they can't protect you.
I would kick this R2-D2 into the East River and laugh my you-know-what off. That's what anybody in basically between 15 and 30 is going to do with R2-D2.
30 years from now, they're going to call you a bigot.
You can't be bigoted against a robot.
It's a racist.
Once they become conscious,
No, don't you dare. Also, this is a yuppie flex. You're basically probably going to make maybe $750,000. You live in a brownstone in the West Village. Oh, how's your Bichon? Really? Because I just got a robot dog. Don't worry about it. I can go to Malta on a cruise, and I don't have to pay a sitter. I don't have to pick up anything. I don't have to clean up anything. It doesn't shed either. It's a flex. It probably gets girls.
Yeah, probably.
Robot girls.
Yeah. You know what's...
Can you be sexist against a robot girl?
Yes, you can.
Oh, my God. The future doesn't look good for me.
I know.
They sent this robot dog after some guy, this naked guy in a hotel.
Yeah.
And the naked guy in the hotel grabs the robot dog, I should say, and then takes it into the hotel room. That way, now the police know everything based on the camera on the dog that's going on. So my question is, Jessica, it's a legal question. If he stole that robot dog, is that destruction of property or is that kidnapping?
Oh, so I'm not a lawyer. What do you think, Judge?
Well, it depends on how real you think they are. I mean, the laws don't keep up with technology.
No, they're always behind.
Yeah.
I think it's an interesting question. I guess we'll do it in 10 years from now.
Well, then
we'll talk
say
about
whatever you want to say.
We should have a conversation
we should always be open to more conversation. That's how we solve things. I think it's great from the law enforcement perspective, putting aside your question, because remember when drones started showing up and we thought, okay, what's going to come of this? And we know, obviously, they can be used poorly sometimes, but they can also be used to great benefit in terms of saving lives. I also was wondering, like, remember when movies would come out and they'd really make you think, like, oh my God, is this going to happen?
Like Indiana Jones.
Sure.
Yeah.
But I mean, more
Tootsie.
the oh, I love Tootsie. No, like the movie Her, which I loved, which the Spike Jonze movie where Scarlett Johansson he falls in love with her, but she's just a voice.
Yeah.
And she becomes the perfect mate.
And the real woman sucks. What's her name? Olivia Wilde is a psycho.
Right, and he doesn't even he wants to have his sex narrated with, Scarlett Johansson's voice, which I would take.
Interesting movie you guys are watching.
No, it's not like that. That's just a saucy
but
highlight, I guess.
anyway.
But what are we going to, now everything is believable. So what movie could be made now where you would say, oh, that's not possible?
E.T. is definitely happening.
Yeah,
Titanic.
definitely. Okay, the fastest is up next.
Hey, Sean Hannity here. Hey, click here to subscribe to Fox News YouTube page and catch our hottest interviews and most compelling analysis. You will not get it anywhere else.